Hey everyone, this is the Beard Zeno. This is going to be my top 10 worst sequels of all time. And normally I like to inject positivity in everything that I do, at least as much that I can. But sometimes you just have to point out the bad stuff so you can learn from it, and the people who created the bad stuff can learn from it as well. So, sometimes you just really have to point out what went wrong so you can grow and learn. So that's what we're going to do in this list. And while I'll say some of these aren't bad films, I say they're great films, but in context of the films that they are sequels of, they just really pale in comparison. Some may just be disappointing, others are just plain bad. This list really does range in quality, but this is my own personal list of my top 10 worst sequels of all time, so definitely yours will vary, because some people actually really do love the films on this list, and that's perfectly okay. Everybody's opinion is unique. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. And if you like one of these films on here that I don't, rock on. I'll say I like some of the films on this list, but they are terrible sequels. And the only real guideline that I follow in this is that I had to dislike it the first time I watched it because it just did not match what the other sequels were. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get cracking with number 10. Alright, we're starting this list off with one that is definitely one of the softer ones on this list. Personally, I like this film. I think it's a great film, but it's a terrible Iron Man one, and it's a terrible Iron Man sequel. If you just view it as this crime drama, like character study type film, it's amazing. It's a really good film. It's a great Shane Black film, but it is a very shitty Iron Man film. Mainly because it just pisses away his greatest villain of all time. And thankfully Marvel corrected that in the All Hail the King, but that doesn't change the fact that this was released in the state that it was. And somehow they thought this was all a good idea. Okay. I definitely can see why you would love this film as an Iron Man sequel if you don't know anything about the comics, if you don't care about the comics whatsoever and what the characters are. You just watch them as a film series, then yeah, this is a great sequel, but as an actual Iron Man movie, for what Iron Man should be, this film is just grossly disappointing and pretty bad. Coming in at number 9 is Jurassic Park III. When I saw this film when I was a kid, I kind of enjoyed it, but it just didn't quite sit right with me at all. I could never put my finger on it. I don't have the same gripes that a lot of people have with this film. I mean, a lot of people just shit on it just because the T-Rex dies. And while that is a very terrible fight, too short, way too much in favor of the Spinosaurus, it doesn't ruin the film for me. I don't know why you would let that ruin the film entirely, because there's some legitimately good stuff in here. But ultimately, it just does not stack up to the first one, or even the second one, which I do enjoy The Lost World, except for the last 20 minutes or so. I think it should have ended when they were leaving the island. Never should have had the San Diego part, because that's like where they jumped the shark or jumped the T-Rex or whatever you want to say. But I could never really put my finger on why I dislike this. And ultimately, when I watch it nowadays, I think it's because it's too short and too rushed. You barely get any time to appreciate anything in this film. And while it's a brisk pace, and some films like Mad Max Fury Road that have a brisk pace, you can see everything that's going on, you can follow it 100%. This film just doesn't give us enough time to learn anything. It's just too fast for its own good. Its running time is 90 minutes pretty much. That puts it 30 minutes shorter than the first two Jurassic Park films. They just feel more meatier, they feel more important. This just does not sit well at all. Even the editing in this is just a little too fast. Your eyes don't get to lock on to what's going on in the frame that long at all. It's just too fast. Way too fast. And that's the big problem with this film. You don't get to appreciate the characters. You don't get to appreciate the locations. You don't get to appreciate anything. It's few sequences last longer than 1 minute. It's too fast. Way too fast. And ultimately, that's what kills it for me, honestly. It's just way too fast. I like to be engrossed in a world. I like longer movies if they're not just adding filler. Ultimately, Jurassic Park 3 had good intentions. It just did not turn out that well at all. It got butchered in the editing room, I think. Coming in at number 8 is the XFiles, I Want to Believe. Now, just a little background here. I am a huge XFiles fan. That was my show of the week. I grew up watching this. Everybody had a show that they watched religiously, where it had been like Dragon Ball back in my generation, or some other anime, or some show at night, or some cartoon. But for me, it was the X-Files. I was always the weird kid like that. And of course, I never got to actually see the original film in theaters because I was far too young. So you can imagine my joy when I saw the trailer for this when we went to go see The Incredible Hulk that summer. I had no idea this movie was coming out. I saw the trailer, I'm like, oh my god, X-Files coming back, X-Files coming back, and I got so hyped for it. I was thinking, oh man, they're finally gonna close out the saga, they're gonna end this, because it seemed kind of like they were gonna go ahead and do the alien apocalypse thing. It was very vague trailer. And much to my dismay, when I finally saw this film, it was just an extra long episode of the TV show, pretty much. And that sucked. That really sucked when I got to see it. In the long run, I appreciate it way more. I think it's very genius. It's great writing. It's just not what the X-Files fans wanted at that time. We wanted our story to be closed, and thankfully, it's going to be coming back on Fox in that little mini-series at the end of this year. But there for a while, this was the end of the X-Files, and that just didn't sit right with us for a while. This film really grew on me over the years, but when I first watched it, it just was really disappointing, and that's why I put it up here, because going in, a lot of us were expecting it to be as good as the first film, Fight the Future. That was an amazing film. So good. That really escalated the X-Files. And it also made the show hurt a little bit too, because people were expecting that quality every week from now on. So you can imagine going into this as an X-Files fan, you were hoping for another Fight the Future, and we just got another creature feature episode that was extra long, pretty much. It never really got too supernatural. It was kind of realistic. It really seemed like an episode from the first 3 seasons, honestly. So it just was disappointing. Majorly disappointing. Like I said, it's great. I enjoy it way more than the first time I watched it now. I was so disappointed with it the first time that I saw it. It had to be on this list because it just simply wasn't what the X-Files fans were looking for. Number 7 is Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. Some people would say the Dead Man's Chest and At World's End are shitty sequels as well. Personally, I love them. I actually really do love Dead Man's Chest. A lot of people just give it shit because of the cliffhanger ending, honestly. But when you watch the entire saga as a whole, that, to me, is the best one, Dead Man's Chest. That ending is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. But Stranger Tides, God. Saw this movie in the theaters and didn't know what to think of it. Like, there's some really good ideas in here, like with the mermaids and with the Fountain of Youth and everything. It's a really good cast. I just don't think the script was there. I feel like they rushed it a little bit because Disney thought it had already been too long of a gap between the movies and they wanted to get it out as fast as possible. I remember not hearing that much about this film at all, and then all of a sudden there was a Super Bowl trailer. I'm like, oh shit, there's a new Pirates coming out this year. God damn. And ultimately, it was just disappointing, and I definitely would say it's the worst Pirates film, and I honestly love the first 3, and this one, it's one of those films for me that you have in your Blu-ray collection just to complete a saga, because you're like, I could watch it every now and again, but I'm not going to go out of my way to watch it, because it's not that great, but I want to have it there because I want to at least have all the films, And I hated how there wasn't that much ship stuff in this at all. They were mostly on land. Also, Penelope Cruz, I just did not like her in this whatsoever. She is the only cast member in this that I would change because I just didn't like her character. I don't like the way she played that character. It was just, I don't know, it's just something bad. It just don't sit right with me. At least Johnny Depp is still good as Jack Sparrow in this, but ultimately, this is just a bad sequel. Coming in at number 6 is Terminator Salvation. Whoa! God. What a stank box. Now I'm rating the PG-13 cut of this. I prefer the R-rated cut. I mean, I think everybody would. I think the editing and pacing in the R-rated cut, even though it only adds about 5 extra minutes of footage, works way better. I think the R-rated cut is actually watchable, but the PG-13 cut of this film, which, is what they had in theaters and everything, my God, it was unwatchable. So terrible. So terrible. I hate it so much. Ugh. At least Bryce Dallas Howard's in this, and she's pretty. And Kristen Bell was pretty good in this, I guess. It's alright, maybe. Not really. I think they're was a great film here, but it was butchered by the studio. Because there's some really good scenes that were in the trailers that were just cut, that would have added a lot of tension and everything. And some of those were added back in the R-rated cut, but some of them weren't. They're just gone forever, not even deleted scenes or anything. And also, the biggest reveal of this was revealed in the first trailer, which seems to be a theme with modern Terminator films. Looking at you, Terminator Genesis. Ultimately, though, this film had a great concept of actually showing the war where John Connor actually fights the machines, but they botched it completely. Coming in at the halfway point at number 5 is Spider-Man 3, and this has been shat on a lot by a lot of different people, and with good reason. It's bad. It killed the franchise. It just was... Oh, God, ugh. It's the Batman and Robin of the Spider-Man universe, pretty much. There's some neat ideas in here, but ultimately it just gets muddled by studio interference, and the new Goblin suit, stupid. Venom being crammed in here. Cool that we got Venom finally, but the coolness is gone because you just shoehorn Venom in here, and Topher Grace is Venom. At least Bryce Dallas Howard is in this, and she's pretty. Oh, wait a minute. That's the thing between these last couple. There is a scene in this, though, that is just so beautiful. And that is the creation of Sandman. That scene, if the rest of this film was that quality, there would have been like 6 more Sam Raimi Spider-Man films. So ultimately, if Spider-Man 3 didn't suck, then we would have never had the Amazing Spider-Man double feature. They ended up sucking and doing the exact same mistakes that this one made, which then led to Spider-Man going back to Marvel and being in the MCU. So really and truly, we owe this film for getting Spidey back in the MCU. So, yeah. Coming in at number 4 is Alien Resurrection. And I know there's some viewers and personal friends out there of mine who enjoy this film, and that's okay. Personally, I don't view it as a canonical Alien film. I've never viewed it as a canonical Alien film, but it is a semi-fun what-if film. It's way more of a comedy than it has the need to be. But if you take this as a canonical film, which even with the new Alien 5, it's not canon anymore anyway, so who gives a fuck. But if you do take it as a canonical film, it really does take away the impact of Alien 3. The best part of Alien 3 is that ending. That ending was so powerful, especially the assembly cut, which didn't come out until after Alien Resurrection, but still, it really just takes the weight away from that. It's like, oh, well, this doesn't matter because she just comes back 200 years anyways because a clone. It was a pure cash grab, plain and simple, and it's a fun what-if film, but ultimately it just does not really fit in the Alien canon. It's never fit in the Alien canon, and thankfully it's going to be excised. But like I said, personally, I never considered it canon anyways. And I do hate that the original Alien 3 is now gone for the, quote-unquote new Alien 3 with, Alien 5. But so long as it's good as Aliens, or half as good as Aliens, then we'll be good. But Resurrection, that's a shit bomb in my opinion. Yeah, I can watch it. I definitely can watch it. You can go watch my review if you want to know even more details about it. But just compared to the rest of them, it just, nah. And it really does just make Alien 3 irrelevant, honestly. Coming in at number 3 is Robocop 3. A lot of threes almost. Anyways, why does this film suck? A lot of reasons. First off, Robocop 1 and Robocop 2 are classics of mine. Robocop 1 is amazing. I prefer Robocop 2, honestly. But I think Robocop 1 might be the better film. But like I said, 2, I have more fun with 2. But 3. Oh, I'm probably never going to watch 3 ever again because it's that bad. I hate it. First off, Peter Weller stepped away from the project, so it's not Robocop. It's some guy in a Robocop suit. And secondly, they kill off Nancy Allen's character in the first 10 minutes. So, hey, you're the only recurring character pretty much you just kill off. So, right on. The acting in this is just god-awful. The script is god-awful. The story is stupid. There's like a cyborg ninja Asian army dude thing, and yeah. The jetpack scene, too, just looks terrible. Terrible. Special effects in the movie, they do not hold up, and I just don't like that much about this film at all. I definitely would never watch it ever again, and it's just one of the worst sequels of all time to me. I actually like the Robocop remake more than I like Robocop 3. And I could talk about the Robocop remake a little bit here. I think it's a great sci-fi film, but it's a terrible Robocop movie. Much like I think Iron Man 3 is a terrible Iron Man movie, but a great movie on its own. That's the way I feel about the Robocop remake. But Robocop 3 is just trash. I hate it. I hate it. It's terrible. Don't watch this. Watch Robocop 1 and 2 and then just feel happy. Coming in at number 2 is Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And this is probably going to be the most controversial pick that I have on here. Because turns out other people actually like this. Personally, I don't like it. You probably heard me talk a lot about this. I can't finish this movie. I have never finished this movie. I had to watch like the Cliff Notes version of it just to know what the hell happened. I always get to like the Thunderdome scene when they excise him and he finds the little kids. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm gonna stop. No. Even before then, I just wasn't enjoying. I'm like, this is too much. I got to the good scene. The good scene's over. No more Thunderdome. We're good. I didn't even know there was a car chase in the movie until like a month ago. So that should tell you how much I give a shit about this film. Oh, God, I hate Beyond Thunderdome so much. I have no desire to buy it on Blu-ray. I have no desire to have it in my collection. Ever. I avoided getting the Mad Max Trilogy box set when I could, just so I could find the Road Warrior on Blu-ray by itself, because I already had Mad Max on Blu-ray, and I did not want Thunderdome in my collection whatsoever. I hate this movie with a passion. The only good scene in it is the Thunderdome scene. It's the only good scene. Only good scene. And people cling to that. Ooh, I hate this movie so much. Even the car chase at the end is terrible. It's so incoherent. Like, the main bad guy with, like, the thing on his back dies, like, 17 times in the fucking thing. And what's with the actors coming back from the Road Warrior, but they're not playing the same characters, but it's basically the same... stupid. So stupid. You can really tell that this film was directed by 2 different people smashed together with 3 different scripts and just conjured by the studio to make more money. This movie's god-awful. And if you thought that I just went rant mode on Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, wait till you hear what I have to say about my number 1 pick. Men in Black 2. You know when you're a kid and you see every movie and you love every movie because it's a movie and you don't know any better, and when you grow up you're like, oh god, this movie's god-awful. This is the only movie that I saw when I was a kid that I fucking hated. Yeah, young impressionable me. Little kid is like, oh yeah, I love everything, everything's awesome. This movie just like ruined that. The first Men in Black is a classic. It is so good. So imagine this little boy walking in the theater, like, yeah, Men in Black 2, it's gonna be awesome. You get in there. It starts off with a wooden villain that just relies on boobies to sell the character. Okay, whatever. Then you got Johnny Knoxville as her henchman. Okay, whatever. And apparently Kay has a daughter. I fucking hate this movie. I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna drink some whiskey. Get out of yourself! Ah! Thank you, Gollum. This movie sucks. It's so god. I don't even want to talk about it. A lot of people hate Men in Black 3 as much as I hate Men in Black 2, but I actually really like Men in Black 3. And maybe it's just because I hate 2 so much that 3 just looks way better in comparison. 3 is nowhere near as good as the first one, that's for sure, but I think 3 is a serviceable sequel, but 2... Yeah, me as a little boy, working there, like, oh man, this is gonna be a good movie. And for me to come out of that theater, look at my dad, that sucked, didn't it? It's like, yeah, son is dead. So that's what it feels like to hate something. It's so bad. It's so bad. Like, if any time it's on cable, I will actively avoid it. Like, if I catch any glimpse of that film, I'm like, Turn into the fucking Dennis Nedry security protocol. Oh god, this movie's so bad. Oh, so bad. Like I said, the villain, she's so wooden. She has no personality whatsoever. She's just there. And she spits out her lines, no emotion. Sure, she's an alien, but we've seen plenty of aliens show plenty of emotion in this. It's so bad. It's terrible. This movie sucks. Anyways, I've been to Bitter Zeal for Clicking Fangs Entertainment. Hope you enjoyed this video. Got a little crazy there in the last 2 sections, but hey, whatever. I don't care. So hopefully you enjoy the craziness, and hopefully you enjoy my picks. Hopefully I didn't offend you with any of my picks whatsoever. If you enjoy these movies, more power to you. That's awesome. I'm glad that you find something in these films that I can't, that you really, really do love. But for me, that's just the way it goes. Like I said, not all these films on this list are bad films. Not all of them that I hate, but they're just bad sequels, like I explained in the beginning. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below, and I'll see you in the next video.